say. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know of what I've heard about the case, and this was the case of Meg the Stallion and Tory Lanez. This thing about that, according to published several published reports, matter of fact, indicating that he might have been innocent. And I'm got somewhat of a theory on that. Now, he said they had it was rumored that she said, well, not that one, she actually said on video, but she looked a little stunned when Gayle King asked her a question about this a while back, if her and Tory had a relationship, and she kind of like a little bit before she answered the question, no. And I'm thinking that that's very possible that they did have a relationship. The claim was that he had shot her in the foot. He said he didn't do it. And he maintained his innocence the entire time. But one of my questions is this. You guys and gals notice, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not taking no comments today. So if you ain't got no legitimate comments, don't comment, because I'm not gonna respond. No offense. I mean, you can say hi, but that's about it, because I can't do while I'm doing this. But anyway, so my question is this: have you guys noticed that Meg Thee Stallion, was a popular rapper, but for some reason, after that specific incident happened, her status just elevated tenfold. Oh, now she's a symbol of free women and all this other stuff. Same thing with Michelle Obama. Jay-Z got in trouble with Beyonce's sister. Same thing with Beyonce and all that. Well, that's always been with her, though, but that's another whole story. But there is a pattern here. You got women that got men behind them in their careers or what have you, and then they get thrown under the bus, literally. Particularly Michelle Obama. That's another host. I could talk about that for hours. Prime example. I know somebody like that personally right now. Nice guy. Take care of his family. Been married for over 35 years. Now all of a sudden the wife feel like, oh, it's not enough. I want more trips. I want more vacations. They go on trips by every year. Expensive trips at that. It's still not enough. He buy our gifts, buy our spas and stuff like that. And it ain't enough. It's like you ain't good enough until I get the next best thing. I'm not saying that happen. I've seen it happen to people I know personally, man. Y'all BMs, man. I mean, I'm sorry, not BMs. Y'all BWs, man. Y'all change up like the wind on those brothers, man. More than you need to. And you're thinking sometimes the grass is green on the other side. Yeah, the same applies for y'all. Definitely applies for y'all women out here. Y'all appreciate no good man. You talk that junk about, oh, I want a good man, I want a good man, I want a good man. What you gonna do with a good man besides treat him like shit? I've seen it way too many times with too many people I know personally. Even close personal friends, I've seen that happen to, man. And I felt bad for them, man. Y'all don't, deserve our love the way we give it to you, because y'all just take our love and throw it away. Y'all do. I'm talking about black women. This is a fact. I don't want to hear about, we're not all. No, I'm talking about the ones that they do it, and there's quite a few that do. It's a shame. I need a good man theory don't hold water no more, because y'all don't care about that. It's obvious. Been like that for a minute. Hey, ladies. Yeah, no love. Real talk. No love. And I can understand. You know, I could personally understand. You know, I mean, even I could say I've been down that road before. It's like you only gonna put with so much. You know, you only gonna put with so much, and then you gotta let it go. You know, I know. I know some people were married 20 years before they split up. They couldn't deal with it no more. Couldn't deal with it no more. You know, somebody told me his wife, man, was a good woman on on one perspective, but marriage, they treat him like crap. Always arguing, had a nasty attitude. That's the number one cause, besides monetary reasons, but attitude in a lot of relationships is what caused the downfall, and why you got high rates of divorce in black relationships. Because a lot of y'all women, attitude is just completely stank. You get to a point where you just get into your ways where you get, especially when it comes to jobs, y'all think your job make you. You're supposed to make the job, but you let the job make you, and then you let it go to your head. And then you get to a point where, like, oh, I'm bigger than this relationship because of my job. And then you treat your man like crap. And it doesn't. And I'm finding out it doesn't matter how much the man makes. It won't even matter. It won't even matter how much the guy makes. It will never matter. Come on, man, what y'all doing out here? And this fool's going to Baltimore. You're an idiot. What the idiot? There's a guy behind me, right? Just now. He's in the far left lane, but he wants to go to the right lane to go to Baltimore. And he was also trying to, I'm like, in my lane, the middle lane, but he wants to go cut me off to get to all the way to the right lane. Y'all fools, some of y'all people do not know how to drive at all. That's another whole story, But anyway, I don't know. It's just, you get to a certain status, and then all of a sudden, that man's not good enough for you. He was good enough for you when you got you in the house. He was good enough for you when you stayed around as a man and took care of y'all kids, not her kids, but y'all kids. I'm talking about the kids that you had with the man. That was fine. He said they took you on trips, took you out, spent money to get the house, keep the house in repair, all kind of stuff. It ain't good enough. Y'all spoiled. And that's what it comes down to. And then I was thinking, I said, it amazes me that a lot of black women get married because black men, they decide, I'm going to explore dating other women. Then y'all have a problem with that. That's traffic. That's this morning. I'm like, really? You got a problem about a black man dating outside race? But it's funny when Meghan Markle married Prince Harry. I think that was her. Yeah, it's Harry. Then y'all had a problem with that. Then y'all didn't have a problem with that. Y'all was like, oh, look at this. Look at the love. Oh, she married a prince. Ooh. And then the Prince family treat her like shit. Yeah, don't believe me? Do you see it? They moved out the Buckingham Palace. They don't live there no more. He don't live there no more. He's an outcast now. Yeah. There you go. Y'all ain't had nothing to say about that though. Just saying. Y'all cherry pick the issues you want to pick on. But black man marry outside race, y'all got a problem with that. Oh, he taking the money out the neighborhood. The money was never in the neighborhood. The money was with him and his talent. Really? His talent now. That's real talk, right, ladies? Yeah. I mean, I gotta be honest, man. Why is it that women always have these outlets and programs to go out and talk about the things they want to talk about when it comes to, oh, my career, I'm juggling career and kids and all. That's what the hell you asked for, you know? And this is what I'm saying. Women always, it's like it's like a it's like a it's like a kid with a new shiny toy. That kid gets that toy, it's wrapped nicely in the package and it's brand new and you're excited about it and all that. You play with it for a while, and then after a while it gets a little old. You took everything and you use it up to where you want to use it up to, and then the next thing come along and you throw the old one away, or you're tired of it. That's how men feel. I'm talking about real good, abiding, law-abiding, I take care of my wife and kids men feel. Because you got women out there doing that. See, this is what the late, great Kevin Samuel exposed, man. He exposed that on women. You got women that was out there talking about they need a good man. And Kevin Samuel said, why are you a good woman? See, he put him out there. He put him to the taste test. And I really missed that brother, man. I watched him every single night. This guy was getting TV numbers. He was getting almost to about two. I think one night he had like 2 million, 2.5 million one night. No joke. This brother was thorough. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think right now, it's been 3 years? I have not seen another brother outside Kevin Samuels doing what he's doing on the real talk like that. He was thorough. And then you have black women talking about, wow. This is another example. High dollar value guy himself. And women was throwing him under the bus. Well, yeah. Vivica Fox talking about, oh, I'm glad you're going, all that was some crazy shit. Yeah. Yeah, she was real happy about it, giddy about it. You're giddy about the death of a man. A black man at that. I know some people say, well, he was married, he divorced, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, he was, and maybe he couldn't put up with a lot of stuff that a lot of men can't put up with no more. A woman who he tried probably bent over backwards to do what he needed to do for, and it was never enough. That's a lot of y'all today. It is. It's the absolute truth. I got to talk about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. Because y'all pull that mess once too many times. Guy asks you a question about something, not specific, something, nothing major, and you go out on the third degree and then say it wasn't your fault. Really? A nothing burger of a question. You just go off. You want your man to walk on eggshells. Men, if a woman does that to you, you ask a simple question about something that's really a minor, very minor thing, and they do it a lot or they do it often. It's time to change. It's time to change women like you change drawers. It is. That don't make any sense. Or maybe just go out there and just have a bachelor relationship and say the hell with everything. That's what my brother did. I'm not going to say too much about putting the biz out there. He was married once. He got tired of it. He got out of it. I can't say I blame him. Blame the day. It's just they let that. Oh, matter of fact, I was watching a TV show. No joke. I mean, cut off. I was watching the show, Basketball Wives. I think it was Basketball Wives, Atlanta Housewives. One of them, I think it was Basketball Wives. And, oh yeah. So this one chick, who was lesbian, and just broke up with her girlfriend, who was also on the show, is being courted by another chick who's now a lesbian, who just got divorced from her husband. And what's the first thing they talk about doing? Having kids intraveno, or whatever they call it. I guess is a way where one woman get her eggs scooped out and put it and it gets installed into another woman, so that woman had the baby. Yeah, or something like that. And them two already talking about doing it. They ain't even been talking that long. They already talking about doing stuff like that. That means cut out the middle man. So stuff like that. It was another reality show on the same channel, I think. Same channel. And it was a jazz artist. I forgot his name. I used to listen to him all the time. But his daughter Talking about she wanted to have a test tube baby. She didn't want to have no traditional baby. She wanted to have a test tube baby. I think she eventually did do just that. And what really tripped me out is the fact that black women rather go through unconventional methods to have kids. They don't want a relationship. They were literally, our women was literally talked out of having real relationships with their men. And they listened to the mothers, the grandmamas, the aunties, the cousins, the girlfriends, the co-workers about not doing it, about changing plans. Yeah. I was told about a story about a guy who was divorced from his wife, and it's also happened on one of the Bravo shows, by the way, where they got divorced. The guy made him a studio apartment in his basement of his own house, and his wife upstairs got a relationship with somebody else. And this isn't exactly happening on Land Housewives, but what's her name? Start with a D. Is it Drea? I think it's Red. But anyway, forgive me if my name escapes me. But her nice big ass house, right? They split up. He stays in the basement, but now he's asking for 40% of their company, and she says she didn't want to give it to him. It's 40% of a company. I'm assuming he invested in, and I think that was something to do with his reason to get him out the house or something. I don't remember, but yeah, but he has to stay in the basement, and he can only see it's complicated. It's just weird, man. People always about, oh, you need to get married, you need to get married, you need to get married.